how do you say AI in Tamil? It was a heated argument, him and me.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I remember.
Tables were flipped.
Arguments are probably you and me.
Punches were thrown.
Yeah.
Caesar salads were also
The AI that we are very comfortable with is
ChatGPT.
Generative,
Microsoft Word. You know the paperclip would appear in
There is a part of
Think
it.
about it. Isn't that AI?
That's part of it.
Do you need help? Do you got question? That's a
Welcome back.
thank you.
Hello.
Hey,
We are back in our studio.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the studio.
Vada Poche.
The same studio, right?
Same old
Actually, I miss
studio.
this place.
Yeah.
You don't come here often.
You know,
We hop around.
we got different studios now, so we move around. But this is like
this is where we first set foot into the direction.
This studio is the exact studio we recorded as 4 people for the first time in person.
So actually,
Which year was that?
23.
2023, yeah.
August time.
Yeah, I still remember. Nostalgic.
Good times.
Yes, welcome back.
So,
to the show.
welcome back.
Thank you,
Priveen.
Thanks for having me.
வாழ்க்கை என்ன சொல்லுது சார்?
Good. I've seen you guys grown as well.
Oh, thank you.
Last we met.
நான் sideways
I think it's amazing.
நான் sideways தான்.
Growth is growth.
Growth is growth.
Correct, Anna. It's better to grow sideways than to lose weight because of stress.
Yes,
Yes, true.
So, no, it's good. I'm very proud of you all.
Thank you, thank
the
you,
last we met, you all were thinking how the compass, how to go. And all that. So it's really nice to see our community people doing so much for the community and contributing right through laughs and content. Yeah, you all have a gift that not many have. I try also cannot laugh.
It's just connecting with people.
Yeah.
You treat people like people.
I am sorry. I am extremely sorry.
He will not allow
flight mode. I am extremely sorry. Hey, I am a busy man.
Flight industry la irka avare flight mode la போட்டாரு.
நான் check பண்றேன். ஆமா
Flight mode. I'm sorry.
நல்லா பேசுறேன்.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry.
There's a reason why. Wife expecting. No, wife expecting.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Anytime. So, நேரமா pitching
The watch will tell me.
Oh, really?
As in connected one. Call on that, I'll just look here.
No, but seriously, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I'm very proud to see you have grown and to hear the reach, global reach, not only in Singapore. We should say this on tape.
Yeah.
Because you all can't say it about yourself.
சொந்தமா சொல்லக்கூடாது.
அதுக்கப்புறம் ஐயோ இந்த ஈகோ எடுத்துக்கல. சட்ட ஈகோ எடுத்தா.
But it's amazing. Global outreach beyond Singapore and Malaysia. You guys must be doing something right, lah. So continue doing that. Hopefully,
Thank you.
We'll see you guys in global platforms.
Yes, hopefully that's the aim.
Yeah, that's the aim. Right.
So இன்னைக்கு நமக்கு
We're talking about I today.
Yes. நம்ம 3 பேருக்கும் இல்லாத ஒரு விஷயத்தை பத்தி பேச போறோம். அது இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ்.
இல்ல அது ஆர்டிஃபிஷியலா எனக்கு இருக்கு.
Artificial இதுல.
என்னடா சொல்ற? நீ எப்படிடா வர?
இல்ல நீ
my mind going here.
He's stressed because of baby.
Not stress. I just think of stuff like that lah.
இல்ல வேணாம். நீ சொல்ற.
Yeah, so under talk about AI basically. எல்லாரும் AI பத்தி தான் பேசிருக்காங்க. நான் ஜோக்கா ஆயின்னு சொல்லுவேன்.
I
No, as in, what I'm sorry.
இல்ல சீரியஸ் டாபிக் பேசு. இப்பதான் நம்மள பத்தி நல்லா
பேசுறான் எல்லாரும்.
தமிழ் நம்ம கம்யூனிட்டிக்கு நல்லா பண்றோம். அது 2 நிமிஷம் கூட ஆகல. ஹாய பத்தி பேசிட்டு இருக்கியாடா?
No. The reason is you and I are both very involved in AI at work.
Yes. But we are involved in generative AI.
Yeah.
So what is AI? What do you understand of AI?
For me, AI is basically whatever tech, as long as there's automation involved in it, I think there's a small level of artificial intelligence.
So the AI that we are very comfortable with is
ChatGPT.
No,
Generative,
Microsoft Word. The paperclip would appear in
There is a part of it.
Think about it. Isn't that AI?
It's part of it.
Do you need help? Do you have questions? That's actually our first introduction to AI lah. Right, makes sense, right?
And we didn't want that kind of interaction, so we just like X and
so we
click
just
close it away.
the little prompt, right? But I think it started from there, and every day we've seen it. Just that now it has a term and a label lah.
Yeah.
So we use the word AI. Everyone's saying AI. But do we really understand AI, right?
It just become a buzzword. People don't really know what it means.
Correct, like sustainability.
That one, but that phase, a lot of companies rode it already.
Correct.
Now
but the reality about AI is this is one of those buzzwords that's actually creating change. Changing lives also. Like people are losing their jobs, people are gaining jobs. So it's a paradigm shift lah. So you have to take it seriously.
Yes,
and I mean that's why we decided to talk today lah, right? I mean how it's going to impact us. Serious topic for change.
I think it's an intellectual topic for a change actually.
No, but I think there's a lot of I won't say you can look at it two ways. சில பேர் fear mongering and that's also legitimate fears. But to me, okay, to answer your earlier question, to me AI is, I would look at it as like autonomous problem solving, something like that. So by அது வந்து ஒரு விதத்துல you can access information and then tell you நீங்க இதுதான் பண்ணணும், but at a wider level than that paperclip. And now we also mentioned like generative AI and things like that. So it's widening people's skill set. It funny enough, right? I have this fear since we are on it, right? I have this fear where sometimes when we write emails and then you have mind. I'm guilty of this. I have mind blocks and I just cannot structure sentences properly because I'm so burned out by 4 p.m. Then I'm like, okay, in the email flow area copy paste AI, please make this sound nice. Then I send. Adhe panni I feel like my English I'm losing touch. My fear now.
This guy was same.
My fear now.
Kids. We already acquired relevant skill sets to at least survive. There's always room for improvement. Ana to at least get the basics to do, like land a job, be competent in a job without tech we can do. Ana பிள்ளைங்க வளரும்போது எனக்கு ஒரு fear இருக்கு. I don't know how, number one, I don't know how schools are going to navigate this because how are you going to teach when everything's there, and then there's if a பிள்ளை asks you internet la எல்லாம் இருக்கு, how are you going to answer with it? Because it's true. So that's one fear that I had with regards to AI.
Sorry to interject. One of my friends who's a teacher, he told me, say, Macha, I told my students study this poly level, not teacher, lecturer. And the response is, why do we have to bother? We can find some form of AI. If it doesn't exist, we create something to do it. So why do we need to learn it? Which is not wrong.
That is not wrong. In this current age, it's not wrong.
But I'm connecting it to what you're saying. We're talking about skill sets, right? Lifelong skill sets and things that we are going to carry forward. Is it still relevant?
Because just to ride on your point, right? நான் இவன்ட்ட முதல்ல அதை பற்றி பேசிக்கிட்டு இருந்தேன். நம்ம ஃபோனில் வந்து இந்த ஆட்டோ கரெக்ட்னு ஒன்று இருக்குல்ல, அது வந்து before I can even spell the word அது வந்துடும். சரி, pharmacy அது எப்படி I actually struggle with this. I that day was typing.
So I love this.
I was typing like PHAR என்னமோ, and my autocorrect did not come out. I was like, எப்படி
how to spell?
Like I
will spell intentionally wrong and then wait for it to get autocorrect.
So I had like a mind block over there. I had like wait. Then it took about 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Then only okay. Then in my I was like, oh shit, this is what autocorrect is doing to us. And
you want to ask for camera stand, you put serial stand.
Does it happen?
Half an hour.
No, that is where autocorrect actually fails.
He put in a group chat, no?
It's grammar. It's no logic. It's no logic correct.
His reply, நீ எப்போதும் சாப்பிட பத்தி
இல்ல மச்சா, அது கண்ணு தெரியல.
No, but coming back to AI also, right? Like a lot of people are so frightened lah. If you understand what AI can do and what its intent is, see, the whole thing about AI is the person who implements it maybe. So now we're seeing a lot of companies where they even ChatGPT is working with enterprises to see how they can help enterprises be more efficient. If the company doesn't understand its intent, and has a vision on how it's going to integrate AI with its existing workforce, then it becomes redundant, and in some cases actually becomes counterproductive. Because some people, we all work for companies. 10% of the things we use are there, and we never use it completely. Also, correct? It can be a CRM, or it could be some process, because we just don't want to do it, lah. So enterprises need to be very clear about how we're going to do it. People need to understand that AI is not meant to lead. AI is meant to complement.
Yes.
Like in your case, right? Autocorrect is a very good example.
Yep.
You know what you need to type, and you're typing it, and you know that it will help you make
complete the sentence.
Complete your sentence. Or in your case, you're tired, you're burnt out. At the end of the day, using ChatGPT. Yeah. But then opens another can of worms, right? How does it affect my soft skills and my thinking? Because your whole thinking changes. Evolution, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make you sharp enough. Your brain critical thinking skills.
We need it. I think we're leading up to
yes and no.
Yeah, yes and no.
Really?
Now maybe I don't need to invest. See, we don't function the same at 4 o'clock as we do at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Correct.
At least in senior management. So I have critical thinking meetings in the morning.
Right.
Because by the time I go in for strategy meetings or any other meetings at 3, 4 o'clock,
decision
brain is
making.
drained.
Yeah.
Correct. So at that point of time, maybe I can have some software that can help me in certain tasks. Again, my intent is clear.
அதான்
Yes.
ஆனால் அதே இது பழகிக்கிட்டாக்கா இது ஆக்சுவலி நமக்கு உதவி பண்ணுதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு maybe that might be the start of the day, you see.
Yeah.
That could be a possibility.
True. So it's up to us lah. Like if like in the case of yourself, you're in marketing. Copywriting is very important. Language is very important.
Yes.
Yeah. So while you depend on technology to come and support you, you need on your own in your own time and space to make sure that you don't lose that skill set.
Correct.
Of creative thinking or creative writing. If you slack, then okay lah. Then you lose your edge.
Yeah, correct. Which is very true. We had this. We had this argument about AI. Right? It was a heated argument. Him and me primarily.
Oh really? Yeah.
I remember.
Tables were flipped.
Arguments are probably you and
Punches
me.
were thrown.
Caesar salads were so
No, it was quite heated, I remember.
Serious
Quite heated, bro. Honestly, quite heated.
No, because his stance on AI and my stance on AI, I don't know about now, but it used to differ very greatly. His stance was we have AI to improve our productivity.
Oh yeah.
There were gaps in our team that he said AI can fill. We can use AI to fill it.
Not wrong, but it's
Not wrong.
you
So
know,
basically, So basically, I came from a train of thought where use AI to do the monotonous task so that we can elevate and do the task to actually do more of the stuff. So it does the base work. It does all, say, captioning, just repetitive stuff basically. So we are able to layer on other things.
And you're right, in small companies, I see the trend being where the business owners, and say for example now you run this brand, 4 of you all, right? 10 years ago you have to do everything yourself.
Correct.
Set up this one, that one, email blasts or whatever. Now you can use, there are so many options for you to automate that. So you have a better control of your time. So that I agree. In the industry, and I only talk about aviation industry because I come from aviation industry, right? The bigger picture problem was in Singapore we are looking at a shrinking pyramid, population pyramid, right? So especially also after COVID, the local aviation scene saw a lot of people moving out of aviation. And then we were stuck. We still have 60 million people landing. We still have an airport to run. We have 4 airports to run, right? But we have a shrink in people, so what do? Then we turn to technology. So in my portfolio with NCS, that's what I really enjoy doing, how we can bring in technology to enhance operations. Changi Airport last year or year before last, like I was sharing with you all earlier, last time one uncle will be there to move the aero bridge in to connect to the aircraft and pull it out, right? that became automated. You know, so one uncle managed maybe, for
4,
example, 5 aerobridges. You know, so we understood the intent. The intent was not to replace. The intent was to fill up a gap. And also another thing, I don't know how many of you follow me on LinkedIn, but I write a lot on ever since I joined NCS, I start talking a lot about operational technology, very specific, how technology comes into airport operations and how it can enhance or in our business, it's all about safety. Right? Aircraft comes in, you have an hour to turn the aircraft around and aircraft push back and it takes off, right? So again, going back to the point earlier on, 9 a.m., a guy who comes in at 9 a.m. handling the aircraft, by 3-4 o'clock under hot sun, he's fatigued. So we are starting to explore technology that can come in to minimize redundancy, increase safety. You know, especially in that area where the aircraft is parked. You know, you've seen the like for example AirAsia, half an hour. In that half an hour, right, you see the aerobridge connector.
And all the baggage
you know how many
handling.
activities are happening?
Yes.
now?
You refuel.
Yeah, there are easily 20 to 30 stakeholders involved in that. And all these are human-centric. When you have humans, you have fatigue.
Yes.
You have people who have had a bad day. Things can happen lah.
Especially when you're checking on the engines and all that stuff as well.
I mean, I'm not saying it's pakka. You know, it's really good.
It's a coordinated system already.
Of course, it's a coordinated system, and we have many safety measures also. So it's not only once or twice; it's 3 levels of fail check. So it's very good. But how do we take it to the next level?
Yes.
You know, in terms of efficiency, so for example, people think AI is coming in to replace people, but no. See, in the analogy I gave earlier on, if you all started this 20 years ago, everything you all do.
Yes.
Now you're focused on things that matter.
Yes.
So without decreasing staff strength, we are now able to make them do more higher value things. You know, instead of doing rostering. So people know AI, right? AI is so old, so yesterday. I laugh now when people talk to me about AI because we were talking about AI 8 years ago. Now we're talking about generative AI. What is generative AI? Generative AI is I tell it to do something, it does it.
Correct.
If it cannot do it, then it just remains quiet. Generative AI is I tell the prompt, I want to go to Bhutan for 3 days and I want a direct flight, for example, right? So AI will say, sorry, cannot. That's AI. But generative AI will go and approach various tour agents and blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, the prompt will come, here is your itinerary. There are some variations from your original one, but at the end of the day, this is your option.
That's how I planned. I'm planning to go Europe next year. So that's how I actually planned my trip, day 1, day 2, day 3, and then the ஊருக்கு போயிட்டு.
Correct. And in the working world, how generative AI is playing is, it's taking away mundane roles like roster planning. Like I pay a guy $2,000, $3,000, and all he does is sit down and do rostering. He's got better brains to be doing more things than just roster planning, right? So you use generative AI to plan that. So it becomes reactive also, right? So say for example you cancel, the program will then go in and find someone else who's available to automatically and me as a supervisor, like in baggage handling, I know they're trying that out in some of the airports. So then the baggage handling supervisor, what he does more important, critical things. So his brain is used for more critical thinking than mundane thinking. Mundane, all we get generative AI and other forms of technology to come into support.
I have
So
now that's his perspective.
That was my school of thoughts.
I have a different perspective. My perspective is we are not there yet. Because at that stage, the 4 guys who are supposed to know the brand inside out, all the processes inside out, didn't know it. 2 people did, 2 people didn't. 2 people didn't know how that is not a knock at that time. 2 people were struggling to figure out how to write copy. 2 people were struggling how to do editing. So there was a big gap in skill set within the team itself when everybody needed to be on par. My fear was that when we use AI, we are limiting their knowledge growth.
Fair enough.
So their acquaintance with the brand, their ownership of the brand, their ownership of the processes and the struggles on the day-to-day operation side as well as the creative side is not there yet. Once they know and their skill set is up to par, everybody is at least on an even keel, maybe on different tasks, but at least on even keel in different things, and they at least know what's going on, then we put AI. Because my fear was that AI comes and just widens the knowledge gap.
Sure.
That was my fear.
Sure. No, agree. That's why I say technology has to complement, cannot conflict. The moment it conflicts, then you have this issue.
Yeah.
What you shared was a point of conflict.
Yeah.
Right? It's not complementary at all. You have lack of skill set, so you need to bring that level of competency to the table. Then you can maximize.
And it's not for employees; it's for business stakeholders.
Yeah.
So there is a major difference between.
And his point was that we can do more, and which I agree with. I say we can do more, but there will come a point where we will struggle because we ourselves lack skills.
Yeah,
That was clear.
Yeah, true. And when you talk about big companies, the shifts are even more massive, right? Like, a lot of time the tech team comes up, we should do this, we should migrate to this, we should introduce this. Then you have a workforce of 4,000 going through the whole skill set. And a lot of time there's a lack of communication between business units. The guys who come up with the strategy and the eventual guy who faces the problem are not the same people.
No.
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 So that's the gap. That's the gap. It has to be the same person.
Yeah.
It has to be the same person.
So I mean, I understood where he was coming from, but then at that point, just from a business standpoint, right? When you wanted to scale fast, it didn't matter who had the skill. You can learn the skill anytime.
So that's the difference, lah. I was looking at sustained scaling
I was looking at just
because we can scale fast, but then we will stop.
that's the thing, lah. But then when you scale at that level already, then you can look at expansion at a different scope.
Because by then, sorry to make this about us. we can talk.
I feel scale that fast. I feel this is going back into the whole.
No, but we can talk about it another time.
We can talk about it another
You
time.
scale that fast, new problems will
Call
come.
me for this fight, lah.
I mean, it's how your scale.
You don't have new problems, don't get me wrong. But with scaling, any form of scaling, there will be new problems.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter whether you scale sustainably, sustainable scale பண்ணாலும் பிரச்சனை இருக்கும். ஆனால் how big is the problem is the difference.
You let's say you want to run a
See, the
marathon.
problem is not even intelligence or artificial intelligence. The problem is humans.
Yeah, lah.
Four of us sitting here, all of us have different
Skill sets.
The fact is we are here for an interview, but the truth is very different.
Yeah.
We have 4 different truths, right? So when you have people going into, and this is sometimes forgotten when people go for training and development. They throw, so sometimes when I give talks, for example, they ask me to talk about AI. I go into a room and I find out that half of them are finance people. And the other half are operations people. So I dump the whole talk, I tank the whole talk and then I'll say, what's your background? And then let's talk about it. Understanding, again, intent lah. Every business has to be scalable and sustainable.
Yeah.
For that, in today's day and age, I mean, let's not talk about big time AI and all that. All of us use TikTok, right? You edit your video and all, they'll have this auto sync thing where the music and the pictures, that is,
In the episode of that.
that's AI only.
Yeah.
That is AI only.
Yeah, only, yeah.
It just doesn't have it's a feature.
Yes.
So therefore you don't think too much about it, but if you break it down, that too is artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
It has the intelligence to map a series of pictures to the beat of a song in accordance to what it sees visually.
Yes. Yeah.
That is AI.
Yeah.
Correct. So we can't deny it. You can fight till the cows come home. The fact is AI is here in every aspect
Of our
lives. It will be here to stay, and it is only how we embrace it or resist it lah.
Is there any truth to the fear that நிறைய பேருக்கு அது ஒரு பயம் இருக்கு that
வேலை போயிடும்.
no, they'll take over the world. Terminator, iRobot.
Well, now we are going into dystopian level, bro.
No, but there is.
Everything is possible today. Yeah?
So I have read
No one thought
reports where
man could fly, right? Like 100 years ago.
Yeah. So I've read reports where there are certain AI things that were shut down because you got autonomous too quickly overnight. So there's certain things like that. So I mean, we grew up watching a lot of sci-fi.
Yes.
Like for me, iRobot's still like one of the best.
Back to the Future was the best for me. I'm still
Did
waiting
you
for
see the
flying
recent
cars.
unveiling? I can't remember the name of the brand, but this Chinese company that launched the humanoid.
Yeah, I've seen the humanoid looked very real. Yeah.
The way it walked.
Yeah.
People
They were skeptical, right? The journalists.
they thought it was actually
Human.
a person dressed up as a robot,
didn't
and
see
they
this.
actually cut off the leg to expose.
Wow, I didn't see this.
Wiring, yeah. It's
I
quite
think
scary.
that particular humanoid walked more beautifully than any one of us. Yeah.
And நான்
You know, we all walked cha-cha, but it was just flawless, you know. And it's crazy. I mean, just to answer your question, I think, again, the person who develops it depends on their intent. If their intent is to take over the world, I'm sure it can be done.
I mean, unfortunately, some of the big AI stuff is in wrong hands already.
Yeah, for me, I live by intent. So it's always about what your intent is and what you hope to achieve.
What I mean, aviationக்கும் ஏஐக்கும் நிறைய ஒத்துப்பாடு இருக்கு. But what is sorry. ஒற்றுமை. Synergy. There's a lot of synergy.
I knew. I know the meaning. I'm just testing.
Yes.
You cannot embarrass me on camera.
இல்ல அது
okay, no, sorry, go on.
So AI-க்கும் aviation-க்கும் there's a lot of synergy, right? But what particularly got you interested in this AI tech and all that?
My job I didn't have a choice. I was hired to marry industry with technology. So I mean, thank you for asking that question. My first meeting, my first day on the job with NCS, I went for a meeting. It was an online meeting with my coders, my programmers, and site engineers. Of course, a lot of things I do are sensitive. Security, so I can't talk about what the project was, but long story short, I attended this meeting and I remember looking at my staff and saying, oh my god, I think I joined the wrong job because it looked like stickman, you know, the fellow drawing, but it's actually architecture. Yeah, how the program is going to run, how this data point will talk to another data point.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had no idea like that's what it was about. So I come from pure industry. I set up airports, I set up airlines, I've done a lot of that, right?
This is more operations.
Yeah. So why they see, and this is the trend, right? So why someone like NCS brought me into their company to lead the aviation team was they make technology, they do a fantastic job in doing technology, government linked company. But remember, keeps dropping like
I just angle it to it,
Okay. So why do they bring a Priveen who's a pure breed aviation guy, operations guy, right? Because they have the technology. There's a gap between, remember I spoke the business units?
Yes.
They don't,
yes.
The end user and the guy who develops it are completely different.
Yeah.
So before I came on board, it was technology solutions for aviation problems.
Okay.
After I came on board, it became aviation solutions for aviation problems because I think aviation. So now when I sit with client, airline, airport, the moment they said, for example, Priveen, my turnaround, I want it to cut back by 5 minutes. Right now, my stuff, immediately I know what he's talking about because I come from the industry.
Right.
Now I sit with my staff and I come up with a strategy to address that.
It's not like you're sitting with a machine learning or...
No, it's not like as if I'm talking to the wall.
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Right, so I totally understand what my client is going through, be it an airline, be it an airport, for example, you know. So immediately, because I put on the head of the client, now I can sit with my team and tell them and guide them and lead them and give some form of direction. That is why I got brought into NCS.
How tempting is it when you're talking to clients and then the need becomes like, I want my company to become more efficient, I want more efficiency, blah blah blah. Then how tempting is it for you to think of the solution as, okay, you can implement AI here there, but then the setback is a few of your men have to be laid off?
Then that's a bad strategy.
But what makes you say it's bad? Is it bad because you still, forgive me for the wrong terminology, but you still get the money from the client, or is it?
I don't function like that. So I'll answer your question as a strategy person. I think every plan, you don't need to kill people. A good plan complements the person. So like I said, if 4 of us are working in a company, I bring in AI. I say I'm your bosses The day I announce, okay, Macha, I'm bringing this technology, 3 of you, you vela pucha, this one, that one, all right. But a good boss and a good strategist would plan it in such a way I can better use your time and your talents. So again, mundane things happen there. Maybe more critical things. You all do other stuff. So that's a good plan. Of course, the easiest way is cut back staff lah.
Yeah.
But that doesn't solve the problem. You need to understand the crux of the issue. If it's an operational
What is the
issue,
crux?
Yeah.
What is the crux?
Yeah. So if it's an operational issue, if it's a process issue, even if I change, I remove people and I put in, doesn't solve the problem always. So from my perspective, whenever I talk to clients, people smell bullshit a mile away lah. At my level, it's not about impressing someone. You Google us already, you know who we are, what.
Yeah.
Correct or not? I don't have to come here and try and impress you. So before I enter the room already, you would have Googled me, seen what I've done. I have funny articles about me and Grab and all that. And sometimes I've gone into meetings and people start off with, hey, I read your article about how, Grab pissed you off, something like that. That's like an icebreaker. So you're not there to impress someone. At a C level, you are there to help them take their existing strategy to the next level. So once they know who you are, you go in and you talk business. So we tell them, look, this is your output at the moment, right? You are turning around in an hour. So for example, I don't know whether this is the existing standard, but from the moment you land in Changi Airport until you reach the baggage claim area, within 8 minutes, the first bag will come out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? I don't know whether it's still the
They have a time.
Yeah, but it's an amazing timeline. So that's why you have shops along the way. It's called footfall retailing.
Yep.
So you see, buy your chocolates or whatever, and your perfumes. By the time you reach there, 8 minutes, the first bag will come out. Right? So say if Changi Airport says, Priveen, I want to do it to 6 minutes. Right? Then you look at the process, you understand the process. You look at the human side of it. You look at the tech side of it.
And the safety side of it also lah.
So now I'll be a devil's advocate. We talk so much about AI. It's not only about what AI can do. In a lot of places, people say, Priveen, I want this lah. They'll come up with some amazing vision lah. Then you go and look at their existing technology. It's 20 years ago.
Okay.
So then you cannot lah.
Yeah.
Like me wanting to play in EPL tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
you're from Sunday League.
I'm from Yishun. 47 years old, never played in 30 years football. Suddenly Liverpool is struggling now. I want to go and help. Cannot. Right, so technology is the same lah. It's you need to do an as-is. We call it in the industry an as-is. That means you go in and assess. You should know this in compliance and all. You have an as-is. You look at processes. You look at structure. You look at environment and see what is there today. And what realistically can be achieved from a technical perspective. There's some people say, I want to do this, I want to do that, but they're still on 3G.
Okay.
A lot of AI stuff, a lot of robotics, automation requires 5G. At that level. It needs 5G.
Well, the infrastructure is
it's about
3G.
speed.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, it's about speed. Right? So there's this cool thing called edge computing. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So edge computing is phone camera, right? So at the point, all the decision making is at this point.
Okay.
It doesn't need to always go back.
Okay.
So all the computing is done, and that's why it's at the edge of video analytics, and those decisions are made there. Those kind of technology, you need 5G. You cannot go anything less than that because of the speed. It needs to capture. VA means video analytics.
Yeah.
Needs to capture, needs to assess, make a decision based on data,
Right.
and then either report or react. And so it's not only about AI; it's capability. Or we are very lucky. We live in a country where you go inside the Bedok Reservoir or Thompson, those forested areas can get
5G.
reception. A lot of places that want to, big countries, very big countries, that want to update their overall governance, give their citizens a better life, right? But it costs so much to upgrade and update.
To explain it to the layman, how does a better infrastructure lead to better AI? Or how does AI need better infrastructure? Because you were mentioning that, some countries only have 3G, but then
If you want a Ferrari engine, you need something that can contain a Ferrari engine because it's so powerful, right? You can't use a half past 6 car. Or likewise, even your house, you see a fancy bed mattress that you want to put. Mattresses are heavy. Your bed frame should be strong enough to hold up that mattress, for example. So in order to apply all this high-end technology, your internal structure must be able to sustain it and support it, right? Like simple things. What at the end of the day, what is all this? It's about communication only, right? Data points are from me to him, like that, right? If the antenna is rusty, then tak boleh masuk lah.
okay.
As simple as that.
Yeah.
That's why I need to polish. I need to make sure that the antenna is clean, of a certain height, right? So these are all your house. You know, we all live in BTOs, right? You put your router in the hall. Nowadays, if you get Singtel and all to come, they'll come with another secondary router. So that the mesh
wider
and all this.
coverage,
Why?
etc. Yeah.
Because you don't have network in your room. So imagine that on a country level. Right? You have these towers.
Towers, yeah.
Yeah, so all these are costs. Infrastructure is cost. Technology is very expensive. So a lot of time, big companies will say, "Oh, I want to do this, I want to do that." Then when you come up with the invoice, they say, "Yo, like renovation, like you have done renovation in your house, right? I want PowerPoint in every corner." Then the ID fellow will give you the bill right there.
I did exactly that.
We've all gone through that.
அந்த சந்தோஷத்தோட renovation.
No, but when you're planning is very nice, no? Because I'm until now it's something I'm very proud of. Okay, I'm very proud of. Because I was in charge of the land points and the plugs in the house, so I was very proud. Okay, we put the plug here and water dispenser in the center of the house, this and that. So you won't be trouble. Because I looked at it from a psychological perspective. You don't need to be cumbersome to go and take the water.
Basically, you're lazy. Correct. So and the foresight. Intelligence and the foresight.
No, but I think the more nicer term is less friction.
What do you mean?
Lesser friction to go get the water.
I use resistance.
Resistance, friction.
Yeah, no.
When people are too smart, this is what happens.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm smart.
No, but it's that, right? You know, when you are planning with your ID and you tell the fella, the ID will look at you and smile, you know. Oh, you want 10 PowerPoints. He'll smile. Then he'll send you the preliminary invoice. No, actually I thought about it. I only need 2 lah. No, likewise, technology is expensive lah. So the bigger the country, sometimes the people complain. How come country A or country B? In Singapore we do it. It's because it's huge. Right? Singapore, we're an island. I mean, we are very lucky.
Yeah.
You know, from the 70s, our Prime Minister already had the foresight that this is how the country is going to be 50 years from now.
50 years, yeah.
And he basically came up with a blueprint, and that's what we're actually looking at. You know, so the bigger the country, the more the investments are, the costs go up, and technology projects are never cheap. You know, because you are starting, it's brick and mortar. At the end of the day, it's physical stuff. Right? So now to cut costs, you know, last time everything to be like used to be things like on premises. Now with Google and all these big brands coming up, a lot of non-sensitive or secure things are put on cloud. You know, so they help companies. So for example, the trends are, if all my servers take up this full room, I'm paying $1,000, right? So I come up to you and said, hey, we don't need the room to be filled with servers. Let's put half of it in cloud. You only need to rent out half, so you're down to 500. So you save costs also. So there are a lot of financial implications also. No, sorry, not implications, but a lot of commitment when you want change. That's why you need to be very, very, very sure about what you want and how you want it. It's not only what you want, it's how you want it. And then the matrix on which of how you define that want is also critical.
Okay.
Yeah, so it gets very complex.
நீங்க வந்து ஒரு இது சொன்னீங்க, you cut costs by removing servers and all that. So you actually are not really cutting costs by, you don't necessarily need to cut costs by laying off people.
Yeah.
You can actually cut costs by actually laying off software.
But side note, I feel that the cost of running a AI data center and all that is going to go up. I feel. I don't know much about this.
Yeah, it's the new currency, right?
Yeah. data center. I've seen the huge data. They consume so much of electricity and water and. Thinking
I don't know
the-
enough
the
to
cost
comment
go up.
on that. I'm very kuching up in technology. Like I said, I only do operational technology, right? And we see a lot of this AI stuff. But you're right, I mean, global currency always changes. What it used to be
Crypto.
It used to be pepper and spice, right?
Pepper and spice.
Pepper and spice.
You know, and then it became actual money, and now it's digital money, and so the currency will change lah. You know, but technology is important. I mean, I come from a background that had nothing to do with technology. I'm an operations guy, setting up airlines, setting up airports. But the past 2 years, now 3, I've gone very deep into technology because you can't avoid it. It's so much a part of our lives.
Yeah.
You know, so we need to know it. I think it is fundamental that we all need to understand how tech. Like you all work for a educational institution.
Yeah.
Huge part of it of education now, like outreach.
Yeah.
In your marketing portfolio, it's technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about AI or whatever. I'm just talking about technology as a whole. Even in what you do also. So many CRMs
Yes.
are technology. And they have embedded Gen AI and AI codes inside it. Right? Yeah. So you can't run away from it.
What is AI and what is technology?
Technology is the capability. Intelligence is the depth.
I see it.
Okay.
That's what I think.
To take this on a different spin, how do you say AI in Tamil?
Don't look at me. I read disclaimers in my Tamil koya.
If you have seen Tamil news, you know the.
பொய்யான அறிவு.
Let me make a call.
செயற்கை
செயற்கை அறிவாற்றல்
இல்ல ஏன்னா பொய்யான அறிவு.
Artificial is not poi, not
செயற்கை
Okay, whoever can answer this, go on date with him.
For some context, he texted the studio here to say we only have one serial stand here. I've been doing this podcast for so long and I never had serial stand. So I was saying, am I missing knowledge?
Yeah.
I googled what is serial stand. Then it came what is it? Camera stand and serial stand, autocorrect. Serial stand I really googled though. And then what is this serial stand? Now இந்த 4 வருஷமா பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். எனக்கு என்னடா இது தெரியவே இல்லை.
What can I say? இவனுங்களுக்கு வந்து நான் தான் entertainment.
Yeah, AI in Tamil is called செயற்கை நுண்ணறிவு.
அப்ப செயற்கை வேணாம் விட்டுரு.
முன்னறிவு
இல்ல செயற்கை சன் அறிவு, செயற்கை ஏம் அறிவு.
நான் நுண்ணு சொன்னேன்டா. செயற்கை மார்னிங் அறிவு, ஈவினிங் அறிவு. முட்டா. Funny enough, right? I mean, we can keep
No, but we're keeping it light, so I think it's okay.
Yeah. Funny enough, we were speaking about operation tech and AI in use of operation. I literally had a call like 4 hours ago with someone who liaised a track for students. Went to see a consulting firm. Went to see a consulting firm and how they were approaching AI in use of operations. And one thing that they mentioned is that basically நீங்க சொன்ன meaning like சில பேர் வந்து பிரச்சனை இருக்குன்னு தெரியாமலேயே டெக்னாலஜி இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ணணும்னு ஒரு யோசனையில் இருக்காங்க.
Because you know, just to cut in the flow, when you talk about public listed public companies, it is about shareholder
maximization.
Yeah. If you have put in money with certain companies and the whole world is talking about AI, and this company A that you have invested in has not spoken anything about AI, you lose investor confidence.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes for the sake of that, narratively, from a narrative perspective, they will say, okay, we're going to pivot out. There was a recent Big Four, I can't mention the name, but if you Google, you can see one of the biggest firms in the world laid off, like, I think, 11,000 of their staff. I mean, it's public knowledge. But the CEO went on to say this was critical for them to embrace AI. Whoever wasn't going to be part of this journey, it was pivotal because it showed stakeholders and investors that, look, we are following that time. We have 700,000 staff, but if we need to change, we will change. That is how agile we are as an enterprise. So it's about investor confidence.
Right.
You know, so sometimes, again, this is a totally left-wing answer lah. You know, sometimes people do that because if not, you're left behind, Madaya.
Yeah, true.
In today's day and age, you get left
Or you're
behind.
perceived to be left behind. Yeah, even though your industry doesn't.
But that
need
still
to,
matters because a lot of like next one is stakeholder management. It's a lot of it's like vanity and
Yeah.
stuff. So the perception does matter, right? So internally, if the perception must be good also, and then externally,
Share prices, like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If you see a company saying like for example, like I was
I'm sorry.
wife,
Mother.
no mother. Yeah, so for example, like when I'm also looking at like if I were to look at any investment stocks and all, I'm reading whatever news they put out, whatever latest tech they have and etc. I mean, if I were to invest, I'll be investing okay how forward thinking they are, instead of they laid off XYZ people. That won't be much of a factor. I'll be looking at what are they doing to increase their stock price because
that's your current experience, right? Like when you're investing into when you're talking about multi-millionaires who are investing 10 million, 20 million. The way they think is different, right? Their motivation is different.
Yeah.
They need to be with companies that are agile,
Yeah.
can maximize returns,
Yes. Yeah.
and also add to their credibility and their brand equity. You know, so they'll just jump ship like that. They'll call their funds guy and say, "Hey, pull out. I'm going to this company."
And they have the luxury to be impatient when it comes to it. Yeah, funds. Eh?
And
They have the
you
luxury.
as a company don't want to be losing 10 million, right?
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So you sometimes have to say what you have to say, lah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's part of the fluff of
Yes. True.
the world, right?
Hmm.
It's not only in this, in everything there's that fluff, right? You need, even if you're not doing it, you say it for the sake of optics. Yeah. So I mean, no, that's a good thought. That's a good perspective also.
Yeah. No, I agree with you lah. So I mentioned that I had a question. It's a bit I would abstract philosophical னு வெச்சுக்கலாம். Few years ago, right, we were talking about how social media is making people impatient. We want everything quick.
Yeah.
Chaka video, even if you saw the video content now 2025, right? Maybe if you saw it like COVID time, all the videos are super short, bang, action point videos content that we see now. Now people change in a way where they are consuming longer forms of content.
You think so?
Data shows.
I mean, you guys would know. I mean, you have to know it's your.
The data shows. They give it more of a chance now.
Even TikTok,
Why?
like if you can see Instagram and all these reels and all
Okay,
that.
can I compete that? Is it if you look at the nature of those videos, right? And I saw a couple coming out from outside Singapore. They will start with "Yenna kolya," then
the
they
hook.
start
Yeah.
the hook.
Yeah.
Is it because of that?
இருக்கலாம் உண்மையிலே இருக்கலாம்
நம்ம contentலயும் right நம்ம வந்து at that time when we started நம்ம பேசுற விதம் வந்து ஒரு 1-2 seconds we must get
Yeah. That's marketing. I mean, that's advertising. Right?
used to be but it changed over end of last year.
Yeah. When I was doing marketing, we had 3 minutes. Back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking about commercials on TV.
yeah
You had 3 minutes, then that shrunk, and it came to a point where it was 5 seconds.
yeah no that's why now reels and even TikToks and all these video lens இருக்குல்ல they just extend it like YouTube shorts for 60 seconds when we started.
Then now it's 3 minutes. Yeah.
It's 3 minutes.
Yeah, TikTok also.
TikTok also. IG reel also 1.5 seconds and this now 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Yeah.
TikTok you can go up to 10 minutes.
Correct.
Or something like
Yeah.
that.
You can actually upload our podcast episodes in there.
But you know what's funny?
No.
You let
So what's the hook you think? Ade, what do you think is the hook? Why
people give it a chance to see if they give a shit about the content.
Yeah.
I think it because there was a certain point in time where people maybe there's something. Okay, first of all, you have to get people to stop scrolling, right? So maybe at the 1 second, maybe the person looks good or whatever, or maybe just the first few words it's leading up to something at the 3rd second, so people give it a chance. Last time it used to be last time used to be just like this straight away. The person looks good or there's something visually striking, people will stop. If not, they'll just go away.
So it's no longer visual anymore.
Now, I think audio element is also very heavily involved compared to visual, and data does show it across the industries that I've worked in and spoken.
I mean, running this also, you all should know, right? How the trends have change for
We're still figuring out, and we are pivoting also.
Yeah.
So
He knows the most, I mean, technicality wise and what.
Then marketing knowledge wise, he would know. But then specific platform wise, based on what we do, right? We have a little bit, you know, little.
So I come from a branding background also, right? Predominantly I did marketing and branding also. So for me, I'm always interested in consumer buying behavior. Right? So what you're talking about is consumer buying behavior.
Correct.
Right? Basically that. So like I said, over the past 1 year, I've noticed that people use that shock element in a kolea, in a tirita, you know, like that kind of thing. They start with that, then you'll be like, oh, I want to know. You know, and then you watch the whole content is completely you'd be waiting for that particular thing, but it never turns up. So it's just like a bait thing,
I've
right?
seen those videos.
So my question is that like you know, is it still effective?
Yeah.
Right?
I
say
it's effective to a certain demographic.
And then before I forget, the second thing is the nature of your algo lah.
Oh yeah, that
Definitely.
I feel for me, right, I've always looked at, I mean, marketing is marketing. Yes, we have to get people's attention, etc. That's one step down. I've always looked at it as more from a psychological perspective, because everything at the end, like getting people to stop, there's an element of psychology involved. We need to get them to do something in a way where it visually gets them to stop whatever they're doing and give the attention. So I've always been trying to understand about like அப்படி என்னதான் நீங்கள் வந்து ஒரு ஆளுக்கிட்ட இந்த மாதிரி content deliver பண்ண can get them to change a behavior, be it something to as simple as liking. So a lot of people consume content but they won't like, comment, engage anything, but they watch the video finish. So how can you be so conversion oriented? So அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு psychology,
because it's not incentivized. We are humans, right? We are a breed that need to be incentivized.
That's the thing, you see.
How do you
what's the incentive? I have started following a lot of YouTubers consciously now, and this is a behavior that I have just developed this year and I just observed. Now I watch a lot of travel videos. Like example, I just watched a video recently about this guy who was traveling in the poorest country in the world.
I think I saw that.
So he was talking about how people do like rock mining.
Yes.
So doing rock mining and how they fashion the laptop parts into stuffs and sell it in the market. So and the many videos about that, and I wanted that sort of content more. So the incentive for me is எனக்கு இது இந்த மாதிரி content.
So you influence the algo by liking.
And also I basically know that the next time I subscribe actually. So the next time that I go to YouTube, I will see in the Mari videos and in the Mari like-minded videos. So the incentive for me as a consumer is that இது நான் like பண்ணி follow பண்ணா எனக்கு இந்த மாதிரி content நிறையா வரும். How do we present our content in a way that satisfies that need for people? Because people do convert. So it's about how do we present it in a way? Organic content hard to nurture, so you must always present your content in a way where you get people to nurture down.
As people get more complicated as a species, it's going to be very hard to market. Because the demographics going to be so minute, you know, the differentiation of how you sell. How I sold 10 years ago, or 100 years ago, to 50 years ago to today, it's so diverse.
But that's to me that's the thing that I'm very conscious of, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. நீங்க பல வருஷம் என்னோட நிறைய எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் இருக்கு.
Thanks, he's saying I'm very old, you know.
No, I know.
Next time I just meet both of you. சொல்லாம சொல்றாரு.
நல்ல கூப்பிட்டு வச்சி எனக்கு.
No, when I saw the face already, I knew he was going to say something like that. பரவாயில்ல புள்ள பேசட்டும். பேசுவா.
So I looked at algorithm மாறலாம், social media மாறலாம், but மனுஷனோட the way we think,
base psychology மாறாது.
Really, which is true. Which is why I was thinking like at the psychological perspective வந்து பார்த்தா the thing about sometimes like வேலையில போனா, right, you'll be so into it that you'll be thinking, okay, how do I get this 1 second hook? How do I get this 3 second hook, right? And you won't be understanding the psychology behind things. You'll be looking at it more from the creator's perspective rather than the user's perspective. So when you understand psychology, it keeps me at the user's perspective. So no matter what algorithms change, people don't change. So understanding that human nature will get you sustained and be adaptable. That's how I feel. about it.
And that is shown in many cases actually. That has worked.
But there are certain things that shift the paradigm, and you need to be adaptive to that.
To me, I think Mr. Beast is a good example for that.
Yeah.
His content from day one to now what he's doing, and I think he's a fucking good example for that.
Yeah.
That guy has been obsessed with being a proper stats guy, a data guy, what works, what doesn't work.
Yeah, data is very important.
So, he's very tuned to that. So he's so successful.
Tying back to AI, AI or intelligence, be it artificial or natural, intelligence can only be executed if the data is right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Agreed.
If not,
100%.
it's noise.
100%.
It's just another set of data.
Yeah. So data comes from where? Comes from data points.
Yeah.
Data points come mostly from human intervention.
Yeah.
Right. So that denominator is consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it will always be consistent.
My question. Now, behaviors change.
Sorry, is this that you know what's funny thing or what?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Just now you said you know what's funny that I said.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. So people are giving more of a chance for videos, etc.
Yeah.
But how impatient do we get, right? When we click a link and the website takes so long to load.
Yeah. You're talking in-app purchases.
In-app purchases or anything. Even if you like click here and then you click and then the thing takes so long to load.
Yeah. So for me, right, that brand has failed.
Yeah.
Because say
Website
I'm
too
selling
slow.
this cup on TikTok and like he said, I click and it takes forever. The damage is on the principal brand, you know, not on TikTok. So how do we correct? That makes sense, right? Because
Optimize images.
that lack of immediate launching
loses that customer.
Yeah, affects your brand equity because it affects the consumer experience.
Yes. Yeah. So think about it this way, like and impatience in a like you'll be thinking that you're waiting for 5 minutes, but in actuality, if you time it, you maybe wait 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't load within the 2-3 seconds, right,
you
considered
drop off.
gone
You
already.
drop off.
At least the banner must load.
Yeah.
At least that.
You just see the X and then the
So sometimes it's just white, then you get impatient. This and that. So the worst is when you're topping up your Nets card.
Yeah.
So it's like that.
I use my app nowadays, what?
Nets app lah.
Nets app,
For me, it takes very long to load.
Why would you use Nets card?
When you drive or something. Cash card.
all
Driving.
drivers lah.
No, I stopped driving.
Grab
already
guy lah.
I am Grab guy.
Yes, the Grab.
நான் easily guy.
So that and now also information ஏதாவது பண்ணாலும் like we don't have to go to Google and then search and then get the top search and then scroll through which websites you want. Now there's an AI overview.
Yes.
So
Yes.
are we actually getting more impatient, or is society getting more fast-paced because of things like this?
So it's stuff like this, right? That comes back to your values, I think. You know, you can be given every possible solution in the world. Where's your discipline to learn? Right? You know, one of the people I love and hate is Cristiano Ronaldo. Because I had the opportunity to work alongside with him during Asia days when we did a co-branding with Manchester United.
Taleva.
I'm a Liverpool fan, by the way. So working with Manu was quite a journey.
Oh, okay, nice.
But my point is, this is a guy who wasn't born with the skills.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had the values and the discipline to build that himself. Right? So coming back to, I'm correlating it.
Yeah.
Like, you can be fed with the luxuries of life. If you really want to learn about marketing, say in your job, you said, I have to do this. But now I've got all this technology coming in and pampering me with options. You must have the discipline to go and learn more about this and find. I mean, it's a self journey lah.
Yeah, true.
Individual journey. If you don't have that, then you get suckered into this. One day, if something happens and ChatGPT fails to exist anymore, you're going to see a lot of people struggle.
Yes, correct.
Forget it failing. அந்த ChatGPT crash பண்ணுதுன்னு அந்த நியூஸ் வந்தோன்னே எத்தனை பேர் வேலையை நிறுத்திட்டு
Correct. There was one time many years ago, WhatsApp crashed for a day or like 6 hours or something.
Yeah, I remember
10 years ago or something like that. Global economy came to a standstill.
Yeah.
If tomorrow Grab decides, you know what, I'm going to pull out of Singapore, what happens to our national economy?
Well, we'll take a hit.
Of course. There's so many facades of businesses that depend on the Grab platform, right? So my point is, anything can happen. Like, as an individual, do you want to learn? You know, do you still want to be on top of your game?
Yeah.
And then you build yourself accordingly. I think there's no excuse for that. At the end of it, it's hard work and self resilience. Only then, that's when only you can really maximize technology. Because you know what you want to do. And the more important thing is not only knowing what you want, you also know what you don't know. That is more important than knowing what you know.
The learning aspect.
Because I learned already, I know I don't know this, right? So now I use technology to fill in that gap.
To me, right, the perfect AI, I looked at it as AI, was Grammarly.
Oh yeah.
I love Grammarly. I
Grammarly.
vouched for it for both.
I used it for work.
No, even I, because I'm dyslexic, right? So preparing reports used to be a nightmare. Grammarly.
For me,
is
because
amazing.
it didn't spoon feed the info.
Yeah.
You need to click through
To
each
actually
one.
make a choice.
And I actually learned so much about punctuation because of Grammarly.
Yes.
So, and it's a very manual process. It automatically generates. So it's so good. My English improved so much because of Grammarly. So I think to me, that's the perfect example of AI to me. அதை ChatGPT போட்டா அது எல்லாத்தையும் ஹோல்சேல் மாற்றி கொடுத்துரும்.
Yes.
Hallucinate பண்ணி உங்க வேலையை தான் பார்க்கணும்.
Correct. And I mean, there are certain things. Life is not perfect, right? I think imperfection is perfection, lah. So sometimes that little blemish in your email makes it human.
I have an example for this. So there was some demos done where people when they speak to virtual like an AI person, an AI person,
Right.
a video conference, and they are also chatting with AI. There were some case studies. People and AI கிட்ட நீங்க பேசினா அது வந்து a lot of times, especially if it's a text based reply, immediately replies, and people hated it. People like the fact that when you speak to another person, there's a 1-2 second delay before you get a response. So people actually, funny enough, they enjoy the human touch and a bit of a lag when getting the response compared to having this interaction with something artificial.
That's the reason. Sorry. No, when you said that, I just thought of something interesting. There's a reason why people prefer things like ChatGPT over like Gemini or Grok, or because of ChatGPT having an actual personality. You can actually program ChatGPT. What kind of personality do you want your ChatGPT?
Oh really?
So it's preset it. Mindi வந்து என்னோட ChatGPT பாத்தீங்கன்னா is very overly optimistic and all, and I didn't like that. I hate the overly optimistic type. So I wanted a bit more grounded, a bit more. I actually told it to behave like Iron Man's Jarvis. A bit more calm, composed, and measured. So I enjoy using ChatGPT much more now. Compared to other.
I didn't know this.
No. There is a setting in the background. You can sort of like prompt how you want it to be.
I use ChatGPT for grammar.
Yeah.
I always put very strict instructions. Don't change anything else. Just highlight my grammatical mistakes in bold. That's it. I make the changes myself.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Because I'm a very passionate person by nature. So I want my communications to always reflect me. I will not allow a medium or an intermediary platform to validate me or change who I am, because it is what? The experience of the recipient of your email, for example, has to be you.
It's
not the author. You have to be the author, not the
Yeah,
intermediary platform.
Sometimes you read. I use this term I think on one of our chats recently. Sometimes I see documents, I see emails, it stinks of AI. Those like EM dashes and everything. Then some people don't forget that in Singapore we use UK English, there'll be US spelling. I don't know, the confirm AI da.
Like for myself, right? When I do my LinkedIn posts, I use ChatGPT to check my punctuation, my grammar, because again, like I said, I'm dyslexic. But in my post, I will say that autocorrected or whatever. But the content, the word forward, no changes at all. So sometimes my articles will have mistake, but that's Priveen lah.
But I think, to be honest, right, that's where it's going now. And it will eventually go to.
So talking about the future, what I'm frightened of is lately in TikTok, I'm seeing videos. Half of the videos I don't know whether real.
Sora.
I just blasted him for sending we have this group chat where we discuss potential guests and all that. So he sent a profile where about is this vlogger who talks about her experiences, who seems to be living in Europe or something like that, but she talks about her experiences and she speaks perfect Tamil, but she's Caucasian.
Okay. So you're so embarrassing.
Number group chat
Group chat. But the thing is, when he said that, and then because I've seen her videos before, I
Can you
immediately
share that
blasted.
in our group also?
Yeah, I immediately blasted him. Say, they loser. She's not real. She's AI. And how I found out was because when I watch videos, I don't know whether my ADHD or whatever it is, I tend to be drawn to other things.
Sure. Sure.
So when she was talking, and then I see, and she was turning a corner, walking, I see Starbucks, the Starbucks logo, the sign on the wall, down the alley. There was like 5 logos on that alley of Starbucks. So I know already this something
Doesn't
wrong.
make sense
Doesn't make sense already lah. So and then
that's scary. I mean, like,
but it looks so real. It's so scary. And then in the comments you can see like like perverted uncles or like very cute dear, very pretty dear.
back in the day, there used to be this line, right? Seeing is believing, right?
No.
Scary lah. I mean,
It's very scary. Yeah.
No, that Soran or
It's Sora.
I love Sora.
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 Sorry.
So they'll put. I mean, I look at the comedy side of things, right? They'll put WWE.
See, now we are laughing about it, right?
Yeah.
But
So-
it's a matter of time before you will see people, companies, countries using it to start wars or start whatever. It's crazy lah. I'm excited. The industries I'm excited to see AI go in is education and healthcare.
The industries I'm not excited to see are movies and politics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I'll just touch about this very slightly. Even Coolie recently. They brought back the CGI, the young version of
de-aging thing lah.
In the airport, right? There are video analytic solutions where in a crowd we can spot someone who is going to lose his temper.
Oh. Wow.
That means based on the dilation of your pupils. I mean, of course, there are a lot of parameters lah. A lot of parameters. So imagine taking this technology. Again, I'm just speaking off the top of my head. Taking this kind of technology, bringing it to in Singapore where we have an aging population, where the silver generation are living alone.
Yes.
He's sitting down watching TV, but he slowly in the next half an hour may lose his consciousness and get a heart attack or get a stroke. There are some telltale signs, right, before it happens and whatever. So how we can use video analytics, edge computing to bring it. And whenever technology is first launched, it's expensive, very expensive.
Yeah.
As it becomes mass produced and there's a higher demand, then you have economies of scale, and then the cost starts to dip. Correct? But until then, it's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
But it'll be really cool. Like, I'm very excited to see how whatever we've spoken over the past 1 hour, how it's going to play a empowering role in healthcare, medicine, and education. Everything else I'm not interested. Everything else is going to be about dollars and cents lah. But this one is actually going to change lives. Like the example I just told you, single guy living in a single flat, 1 room flat.
It will be useful in countries like Japan, where like death rate is quite high among the aging population. Is high.
No, like even I can give you actual. These are things I'm thinking as you're talking. The uncle in his house is walking. He falls down. He breaks his leg. Automatically, ambulance and all this, and these all exist now. But then technology and AI comes into place where a report can automatically be generated based on the fall. And using video analytics at some point now, it doesn't exist now, to see whether he has a crack, where the crack is, send the report immediately to the hospital that he's going to. So by the time he arrives there, already they have
everything. Yeah.
All possible. Like, it doesn't.
There's going to be a dark side to this lah.
Of course.
Because there's cameras involved, data protection, etc. Then there's also one thing like like healthcare that so I've been reading a lot. Okay, I don't know why I keep bringing up case studies, but I've been reading up a lot about the case studies and people's adoption to AI. Then and a lot of times I actually find the case studies are actually debunking my own myths. Like there was one case study I read where research was done. They were talking about AIs replacing surgeons, neurosurgeons, etc.
AI or technology? AI cannot replace surgeons. Technology can.
AI it works in tandem. Yeah. So there will be a physical.
It's
thing.
robotics and AI lah.
Yeah, so there'll be a physical robot doing the surgery, but AI
It
will
already
be.
exists, It already exists.
So I read some, and the patients preferred a person
Yeah.
because they feel that the person.
Same
will be
airline
more-
also. You think aircraft cannot land on its own?
Autopilot.
Autopilot has
Not
been there.
autopilot,
yeah,
but I'm saying an aircraft has the technology to land to the exactly.
Center.
But why? Because we need humans.
Because the
Would you get onto an aircraft tomorrow if I told you, Macha, you want to go Chennai?
I won't.
You will be the first automated, totally automated. You
I
fly
won't.
now. We are still not there yet.
Yeah. There's a species.
There's a trust factor that I'm not too comfortable about it.
That
I
is
want
why
someone
travel
to-
agents still exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go online and just buy. Why you need someone to blame, lah? So,
No, you're not risking that
Correct.
$100,000 decision on just
Yeah.
on the
Even
the
if like autonomous
million,
cars,
yeah.
I do
Tesla,
have a bit of a fear because I
yeah.
don't know how good. I trust it to go straight, right, etc. But I don't know about any unpredictable circumstances how it will react. For example, if I give you the most easiest example, GPS. Sometimes we know GPS, right? I am spinning around in my GPS and I'm being rerouted 10-20 times.
see the thing about technology, 10 million times, say in a lifespan of 10 million trips for EV car, the smart car, whatever you call it. That one time, if something screws up, that's bad enough.
Yeah.
You know, and somehow we are still at the stage where we are okay to allow humans to make mistakes, but machines we don't.
Yeah.
We're still there. Maybe this conversation may change in 10 years.
Maybe.
Or if you invite me again 2 years later, it may change. You know, but today, at this very moment, we still need human intervention. There are certain things we are okay with.
Yeah.
Like if you go to airport, you will see even now security. You will see robots.
Yeah.
Certis Cisco is using robots. Again, I
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
Police
aviation
division
airport
yeah.
example because that's where I come from. You know the machine will
Yeah.
the
Kopitiam, the Toa Payoh one also has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
brilliant intent, excellent execution. Have you tried walking behind it?
Oh, thorough. Yeah. I mean, I remember Toa Payoh because I was frustrated.
Correct. So the person who developed this didn't think of simple things like that.
Walking behind that.
Yeah, no, sometimes you know you only have this much space
Yeah.
between two rows of table.
Yeah.
So after you load, what you'll do, you get up to leave, right?
Yeah.
That thing will be crawling.
The thing will be crawling, so you have to wait for it to clear that section.
If let's say that situation, elderly behind me, I needed to go toilet and there were no gaps.
Yeah.
So I had to like wait
Yeah.
behind it.
So I mean, we're still like I think EVs are also 5 years away, 5-6 years away from the ideal EV. We've started like you go China now, right? It's very quiet. 99% of their vehicles are
EVs,
electric, even their bikes.
Yeah, but the EVs are very nice, you know. I've seen a few of the EVs.
Have you seen that Denza D9?
The brands that are coming out from China are crazy.
But something tells me fuel cars will never go.
But there'll always be a market lah.
Always be a market.
Because there are people who are a bit more traditional.
Yeah.
Like even if you look at things like
Fuel cars are analog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that feeling.
Turntable, even I have a turntable still. Even though there's like
Oh,
MP3s
turntables are
for
coming
it.
back.
Yeah.
They're making a.
So even though
Oh,
there's
I
like
do it.
MP3s
MP3.
and everything, I still have a turntable and I'm not even from the generation. You know? So like நான் உங்களை ஒன்றும் சொல்ல சார் நீங்கள் என்கிட்ட சொல்லிடுறாங்க
Strike 2, Macha.
You almost, almost caught it.
I'm a Liverpool fan.
My friend just had a. You know this playback singer called Pradeep Kumar?
Yeah.
I'm very
Oh.
close to him.
Nice,
Very, very
yeah.
close to him. So he just came through Singapore. He released a vinyl, and he's trying to
Oh.
do that for Indian music.
Oh, okay.
I have been looking for like Rajini, MGR, ஏதாவது vinyl கிடைக்குமான்னு. I cannot find it. Carousel
And
everywhere.
he's. I mean, this is totally off topic what we're talking about. But Pradeep, I'm very close to Pradeep. So we did Singapore. He came down. He met a bunch, about 20 of his close fans, and he gave this beautiful explanation. He said, "I'm an artist. When we print digital, we lose a certain level of authenticity. with the vinyls, it is literally
His
silky.
voice stamped into it.
Yeah, he said it's literally a sirpi who's sculpting. Because it's ridges, on a vinyl.
Do you know how it
record,
works?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
It's ridges that is crafted into the vinyl.
So that thing you put on the vinyl.
I know.
If you look very closely, it's all lines and lines. So the sound is coming because that thing, the stick
it goes to the
going
line.
past the lines.
Yeah.
So when you hear it, there's more authenticity to it.
So to give you an analogy, it's like imagine you're blind and you're feeling us.
Imagine பண்ணதுல.
Sorry.
Strike one.
I got history. I'm part of the club. So it's literally feeling a statue.
Yeah.
In a dark room. So that's what. But Pradeep said it, and he speaks very good Tamil. He made it sound very poetic, But it's definitely making a comeback. A lot of like Ed Sheeran is working on a one where it's purely just vinyl. And Pradeep's he just released his first independent album, only vinyl. He's not even going digital.
Nice.
So it's not eventually it's not even going to be on Spotify or Apple or whatever.
Right.
It's only vinyl.
I think like even I look at the most maybe daily relevant examples, right, for like wider population. So I recently printed photos. And the amount of times I look at the printed photos is so much more compared to any random photo that I took on a daily.
Yesterday I went to the Fuji shop, to do some photocopying. Then I noticed that they still had that packet thing, Then I asked the lady, I said, still print photos? She said, yeah. And there was quite a bunch of them, It wasn't like just 1, 2. There must have been at least 20. Yeah, so sorry to cut you, but it's interesting that people still do that.
People, I think, are the more traditional things. That as things keep evolving, the speciality behind the things that originated and started everything.
I think my point, right? I think everything is about balance,
Yeah.
We need technology. We need it to move forward. We need AI. We need Gen AI. We need the most advanced technology to help us move forward. But we cannot forget our past,
Yeah.
And we need to celebrate it in certain ways by keeping certain things
Still
anchored.
alive.
Yeah, correct.
Do any of you journal?
I don't have the habit.
I digitally do.
I hated. I
I
for
tried
me it's a
digitally,
trigger
I cannot.
because in primary school they force us to journal,
Yeah.
and I'm dyslexic. During my time,
Ah.
when I went to school in the 1940s, it's either you're smart or you're stupid. So because I'm dyslexic, I fell under stupid. So I hated journaling. So I was then in those days, 1940s
But to get to your most the closest example I can give you, when I study and at work now, I still write down my to-do.
I'm talking about that lah. To do and then.
Oh,
like
okay. I thought you meant journaling.
No,
Not
but
like
no, he
not
did, but
dear diary. No, we're not talking
I
about
thought
that.
you were talking
Today,
about that.
Bharat smiled at
No,
me.
I actually do.
It
a
was horrible.
reflection. I actually do reflections of my week or something like that. I make it a point to do.
Oh, you write
And I try to make it a point to write
அவன்
cursive.
ரைட்ட பத்தி தானே கேக்குறான்.
Yeah.
எனக்கு கண்ணே தெரியாது இல்ல நான் எழுதுறதே எனக்கு தெரியாது இப்ப.
No, but I still can. Like for me, I can put things in my long-term memory only if I write.
If I write, yes, exactly. Which is why I write when I study. Yeah.
When I type short term, it goes away.
Interesting.
Long term, I have to write.
For me, as long as I see it, I remember.
That's how I grow myself. I still get to maintain the spelling, grammar, and all that with writing.
That's why I got the dashboard note taking thing.
Okay, right.
I have, so there's this the product, right, where this crowdfunded company, they have this board that you can place on your desk where you literally no, this is horrible, where you can literally jot down your notes.
Oh.
And it fits within your table. And it's glass basically. So you can write down your
Like
to-do.
paper lah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you don't waste paper. Because you can erase it and all. So
Can you share this?
Does it digitally record or what something?
no,
it convert?
it's no, nothing, no tech involved, which is why I like it.
So it just captures
It's,
whatever
it's
you
a
write.
it's a
and
basically
then
a whiteboard.
After that,
You erase it. Then
Can you
move
send
on
me
to
or
the-
there's
something?
no way to. So if I
It's not
came up with an
digitized.
awesome idea, and I want to remember it, I have to take a photo of it.
You have to take a photo and then
I can screenshot also.
no, you have to camera then text lah.
You see, as much as we're moving forward, you notice technology also simplifying.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah, they have to. Yeah.
Like it's not complex anymore.
I'll send it to the group.
It's not complex anymore. See, iPhone Air. The downside of this iPhone Air is you cannot zoom in more than double.
Yeah.
Whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I've come to a point where
You don't
I
need to.
it.
You don't
Yeah.
need to. Yeah.
No, but if you look at the evolution of the phones also, it started big and then it got to a point where it's so small. Now it's
Then
getting big again.
back to big.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's a cycle lah.
yeah.
And
Right.
this is going to be interesting to see where this goes forward. Like I said, I personally interested in education and healthcare.
Yeah.
I think with the right technology and the right infrastructure, with a shrinking population, especially in Singapore, jobs are going to be very specific. I cannot afford wastage of manpower because I have a shrinking population. So if I'm bringing you to do 10 things, I need you to focus on that 10 things only. So everything else has to be complemented with technology, you know, in a form of AI or
Right.
whatever, right?
Right.
Robotics and all that. And so I'm just interested. I'm very curious to see where it goes. So I'm actually thankful I got into technology also. And that's why I shared that. I think we need to talk about it. Because everyone just thinks AI is just ChatGPT.
Which is not that.
So when I talk
More
to
than
people, I
that.
say, do you know actually the first AI thing we saw was that paperclip on PowerPoint back in the day. Back in the day, you weren't born then. You know, the computer took up the whole table.
You use a typewriter to use the keyboard.
Correct.
Hey, lucky you'll never go to the extent of hacking the story.
Strike 3, bro.
Lucky you'll never go to the extent of story.
Yeah, again, thanks for having me. Always nice to meet you all. I'll see you all in 1.5 years.
Yeah. No, we after Iron Man.
After
Iron Man,
When is your Iron Man again? Sorry.
I'm toggling between two, Colombo or in Malaysia. But that's definitely happening. And I actually want to talk about at some point of time about within the Indian community chronic pain.
Yes, please.
You know, rheumatoid arthritis.
Yes.
Because I suffer from this thing called fibromyalgia, but we are not allowed to talk about it. You know, in 2019, of course, there's nothing to do with the topic. 2019, I had a three-page spread on me. You know, back in the day when we had newspapers. You know,
I like this. I like this running joke.
you know that thing where we open up and
Black. It's all black and white. Only.
and then sometimes kacang putih they'll roll like that. You might have seen newspaper. So Sunday Times did a 3-page spread on me on my life, being an N-level student from Yishun, set up airline to one, and then about my condition. My mother said, "Why you go and talk? ஆளுங்க பேசுவாங்க." I said, "Ma, you're not proud of the fact that I'm the only Singaporean that started an airline. I've done so much in the industry. You only saw that part." He said, ஆளுங்க என்ன நினைப்பாங்க?
அந்த 4 பேர் என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க?
அந்த
யார் அந்த 4 பேரு?
Because of that, chronic pain, people with chronic pain, but this is not backed by stats, like, it's just my experience. A lot of people don't talk about chronic pain. Do you know my pain is so intense? It's like taking a lighter and burning you throughout your body 24/7. Throughout our chat, you notice I'll move a bit. I'm managing my pain, lah. You know, so people don't talk about it. So when people say you can't even walk, I say, screw you. I'm taking part in Ironman and improving.
Yeah.
So even when I cross the line, right, I mean, I'm being sponsored. So another cool thing I'm doing is I'm bringing together Singaporean companies. I also be offered sponsorship by this company, American company, huge brand. I said, no, I'll only work with Singapore companies. I brought one Malay couple that does cycling baju, and wearing theirs. They're doing my try. My bike is serviced by a Singaporean company. Like all being a Singapore company. So I'm going with that Singaporean story lah. And then I'm rolling up a T-shirt saying that I'm a chronic pain warrior. I'm wearing that just before I cross the finish line. Because I think we need to talk more about it, especially in Singapore.
I agree.
And like even the simple thing like a migraine.
Yeah.
If I tell you I got migraine, you'll be
தலைவலி தானே.
but you have it 24 hours over a week. And people, why they don't give too much importance to chronic pain is because it's invisible. So if I had one foot only and I walked in, you'll be like, life must be tough for you.
Yeah.
I come in a wheelchair, life must be tough for you.
Yeah.
But if I'm telling you, I am in pain. You know, I sleep only 1.5 hours a night. I can't sleep. When you're in pain, how to sleep?
Yeah lah.
How to eat?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, how do you sleep?
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
You only sleep when your body crashes.
Yeah.
You're so fatigued and exhausted that you crash. That's when I sleep.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So this is a serious thing, right? So I wanted to, at some point of time, if you all ever explore talking about issues like this,
Yeah.
please keep me in
No,
mind.
no,
No,
we will
like-
definitely
like
talk
for
about
me,
it because
my mom has rheumatism.
my grandmother,
Rheumatoid arthritis.
my grandmother has chronic. Great grandmother had all that.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes I'll tell people, so I've had it since 2015. It's gotten worse, right? So it's a progressive condition. People think you get used to pain. Then I'll tell the fella, I slap you every day. Every day 10 o'clock I'll slap you. After 1 month, okay, what? Slap only one. Stupid rationale. You'll get used to pain. Who gets used to pain?
I mean, I haven't lived with like in the அளவுக்கு condition. Like my mom all like கை வீங்கும் காது வீங்கும். For me, the closest thing I have very bad sinus issues. Sinusitis is horrible. So I was telling him that day when he's gotten to like for me, I get brain fog because of the sinus. When it gets hot or anything, I was telling him that time when JB, I told him in the weather, and sick தான் வரப்போகுது.
Chun he falls sick.
Chun I fell sick. So and you can't think. Hey, they save you can't think. So you're living with it. But then people who have not gone through it, they won't know on the Bali.
I'll share one very quick story with you. So I'm wearing mala. I'm going to Sabrimala. So one of the it's a practice that we do, Hindus do, where we observe 48 days of fast, and then we walk bare feet on the floor while we prep for this lah. So my friends all, they'll walk on the pavement and they'll say, oh, yo, damn hot. Then I'll be just relaxed walking lah. They say, hey, Macha, how you're okay? I said, my pain is more intense than this lah. Doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. It hurts, but I manage the pain lah. Even now, training for Ironman is not easy. No, I have good days, I have bad days. I have to put in more. I mean, excruciating pain at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I'd go for a 60-kilometer cycle. Come back, change, go for a 10-kilometer run.
Wow.
By the time I come back, no, you normal fella, right? I mean, you're a young fella, right? So you won't feel tired. But
What is pain?
what is pain?
நான் நோண்டி பார்த்துருக்கேன்.
Praveen, thank you so much for coming on the show again. Second time and had an amazing. This was the intellect. This is like a trilogy, therima.
No, but I honestly enjoy this whole conversation.
First one was more about to get to know him.
First one, what we spoke about,
We spoke about you. It was very business, entrepreneur oriented.
Correct.
This one was a bit more.
This is more like psychology
Intellectual,
behind
yeah.
it.
Psychology,
What goes on.
Actually, that's a very good line. Yeah, technology and AI and all these things, right, will only work when the fundamentals of humanness is correct. Values is there, intent is there, principles are there. Then you build the right